Hey, it's Greg Miles here, aka the Safford Wolf. I know it's been a while, and I said I was going to do this like 2 weeks ago, but I'm doing it now. So here is my new Magic the Gathering deck list. But before I get started on that, let me just sort of kind of preface it by saying that I want the Marions to win. I do. I really do. Karn, I love the guy. He's been a part of Magic the Gathering continuity since Urza's Saga. Why must they ruin everything I love? Well, they didn't ruin it, but why must they corrupt and possibly kill off everything I love? Alright, that said, Wizards, can you come to camera so you're here for a second? Alright, well, there is no camera, but still. You guys are nerfing the Marions, alright? Alright? I mean, just take a look at your promos here, Wizards, alright? Compare All Will Be One to We Will Endure, okay? Which side do you think is going to crush the other with those promos? Alright? Give us a choice, Wizards. That's all I'm saying. Just you know, don't try to stack the deck against the good guys here, Wizards, okay? That said, this is a Phyrxing deck. It is. So, let me get started here. So, the point of this deck is to really use Proliferate to sort of kind of get charge counters up onto cool artifacts that can then be used to push back my opponent there. So let's sort of kind of talk about, first off, what type of things this deck uses to put charge counters onto things and also proliferate. So early in the game, hopefully, you will draw a Hummingbird. Of course, it's not a guarantee, but, you know, hey, it's all about the luck of the draw in this game. So the cool thing about Hummingbird is that, based on my experimentation, Hummingbird is one of the cheapest ways to proliferate. You know, part of me really wants to go with a Contagion Engine here, but, yeah, Contagion Engine. In order to do anything with that card, you have to spend at least 10 mana. Versus, you know, Hummingbird, you have to spend like 2. So, yeah. It should also be sort of kind of noted that I love Proliferate and think that it's an awesome mechanic that has a crap ton of possibilities of things that it could do. I mean, this might be going on a tangent, but back in the day, Wizards of the Coast didn't really know what it was doing with counters. And so it named counters a bunch of different things. And so you have a lot of cards that have really cool abilities, but you have no way to put counters back onto them because, you know, there aren't a lot of cards that do that. The cool thing about Proliferate is it says, we don't care what counter you want to do. What's also cool with Planeswalkers, I mean, if you wanted to, you can really go crazy with Planeswalkers. That's a deck idea I might use later. But anyway, like I said, this is a standard deck right here, and it starts out with you throwing out things like Hummingbird, and then you sort of kind of start getting counters and putting them onto things like Angel Heart Vial, Everflowing Chalice, Lux Cannon, Titan Engine, stuff like that. So that, I mean, within, you know, it sort of kind of speeds up that process so you don't even really have to start, you know, trying to put counters on things. Also, you have, let's see, the Delkin Infuser, which you can sort of kind of use to put charge counters on things that are kind of hard to get charge counters on, like, again, your intro heart vial. And you can proliferate that into a bunch of cool stuff. Another cool thing is, really, for mana acceleration, I included a Plague Mirror for mana acceleration. The cool thing about Plague Mirror, though, is all it takes is one poison counter. One poison counter. And then after that, you can start proliferating and doing a bunch of cool stuff, or 1/1/1 counter, I mean, you can really sort of kind of start to go crazy. I mean, that's the cool thing about proliferate. Once you get started, it just sort of kind of spreads the disease and more. Guard, don't become evil. Guard, come back to the light. Anyway, so there you go. I also have Trigon of Corruption to sort of kind of deal with creatures. The bad news, of course, is that the only thing that can deal with Eldrazi in this deck really is the Lux Cannon, which is pretty much my end-all, be-all to sort of kind of deal with everything in this deck. But Lux Cannons take a while to sort of kind of get started, so there you go. Which brings me, of course, to the sideboard. First off, to deal with my lack of stuff to deal with creatures, I have Spread the Sickness, which is sort of kind of expensive, but I really wanted to sort of kind of to get the proliferate thing going here. Also, I have Fuel for the Cause and counters. Well, that counters stuff and then it proliferates. And yeah, so you have Fuel for the Cause. Also, I really wanted to get a Contagion Engine, but I just figured that it would be too slow to do anything, but when it starts doing things, it's awesome. So I put it in the sideboard just on the off chance that somebody's running a slower deck and you have the opportunity to use a Contagion Engine. And also Contagion Class. I really like Contagion Class, but my experience was just that, not unlike Contagion Engine, it was just really too slow. That's not to say that this here is a really fast deck, because it's not, but Contagion Class is just a little bit too slow for my liking. So I have 2 in the main deck and then 2 in the sideboard, and then you can sort of kind of change things based on how fast your enemies are going and what threats they have. I also have Steady Progress, again, just sort of kind of working on, I really just wanted to play around with different ways to get proliferate and just see, I mean, I think Thrumming Bird currently as a default is the fastest, but sometimes you're not going to be able to use your Thrumming Birds because, somebody might destroy creatures on sight. And so you need something like, Steady Progress. Just sort of kind of playing around with that. So, there you go. That's pretty much the deck right there. Also, real quick, like I said, I want the Meridians to win largely because I don't want Karn to turn evil. And so I sort of kind of wrote an article about Karn's backstory. Whether or not you guys want to read it or not, it's up to you, but there you go. That's pretty much it. So, thanks, and see ya.